Hi, my name is Alexander Nolte, and in this video I will present our work on supporting newcomers in scientific hackathons together with my colleagues Linda Bailey Hayden and James Herbsleb. Hackathons are time-bounded events which typically last between 2 and 5 days, during which people gather together and form teams, each of which attempts to complete a project that is of interest to them. We particularly focus on co-located events. Scientific communities have embraced the hackathon format as a means to grow interest in their community and create new or expand existing technical artifacts. Hackathons organized by such communities typically have a strong learning component, since they require participants to quickly navigate in the context of a new domain and learn new technologies. Current hackathon approaches are not particularly well suited for this context though, since they presume that participants possess sufficient expertise to work on projects on their own. In order to support participants, we developed an approach where a domain expert is embedded into each team as a mentor. Our aim was to understand how this mentor who would help teams to set and adapt goals, provide technical advice, and how their mentoring approaches would be related to the perception of teams and mentors. The concept of mentoring is not new in the context of hackathons. The role of a hackathon mentor typically focuses on providing on-demand technical support or project feedback to any team in need. This approach, however, does not appear to be feasible for the given context. We thus instead turn towards traditional mentoring approaches where mentoring is perceived more as a relationship between a mentor and a protege, during which the mentor provides support, guidance, and counseling. For our study, we thus embedded a mentor into each team to foster learning in the context of a scientific hackathon. To assess the feasibility of this approach and to identify means for its improvement, we conducted an action research study during a 2-day overnight hackathon of a scientific community. During this hackathon, we studied 3 teams that consisted of 3 to 4 students from different backgrounds. Each team was assigned a domain expert as a mentor. For our study, we connected and analyzed planning documents, conducted pre- and post-interviews, observed all teams during the hackathon, and conducted post-interviews with students and mentors. Our findings revealed various differences related to the approaches that mentors took. We will illustrate them based on 2 specific teams. The mentor of Team A proposed a potential project to the team but asked them to set their own goals right at the beginning of the hackathon. In comparison, the mentor of Team B first attempted to convince the students to complete the project he proposed. Only after he realized that the project would be too difficult for the students to complete, he asked them to come up with their own project idea. With respect to technical advice, we also found 2 different approaches. The mentor of Team A provided tutorials and code fragments to his team, while the mentor of Team A supported them in finding tutorials and code fragments for themselves. We also found that the mentor of Team A focused more on supporting the team to develop a suitable project idea and project plan, while the mentor of Team B focused more on the technical aspects of the project he had proposed. The mentor of Team A thus took a more traditional mentoring role by focusing on the students' learning progress, while the mentor of Team B took more the role of a stakeholder or product owner by focusing more on the technical aspects on the project itself. These differences might have contributed to both mentor and students in Team A to be satisfied with their project, while this was not the case for the mentor and students of Team B. Our findings thus indicate that the approach of assigning a mentor to a team is feasible to support participants to join the hackathon of a community they are not familiar with. Based on our analysis of the different mentoring approaches we observed, we can also provide suggestions for mentors and communities on how to organize learning-oriented hackathons. In particular, mentors should abstain from becoming product owners and focus on student learning instead. They should also support students to plan projects that fit their abilities rather than asking them to complete projects they had developed prior to the hackathon. Finally, they should help students find their own solutions to technical problems rather than providing ready-made solutions to them. Communities should perceive hackathons as a means for students to rather learn and grow interest than as a means for technical progress. And they should try to find suitable mentors and coach them in order to fulfill their role during the hackathon more effectively. Thank you for listening, and you will find more information about our work on hackathons in the listed ResearchGate project and on the website of the Hackathon Planning Kit.